It's going to get worse. Some of you may not agree with that, but I would just tell you, look at the world. The world is a worse place than the one I was born into. It's trending toward darkness and destruction. And as we get closer to the end, it seems like there's going to be more suffering.
Prepping your house for what's to come. First thing I want you to start with is water. Today, right now, I want you to go figure out how many people you have in your house, and you need to go get a minimal of 5 days worth of water for them.
If you need medication of any kind, you better go out and buy all the medicines you can get, because in a few months they won't be available, because the petroleum industry has a big role to play in the production of pharmaceuticals. So that's my first piece of advice. And secondly, start thinking in terms of storing food and any other items that you think you may need, because as this war continues, and it's going to continue, the impact that I talked about earlier is going to be felt here at it. But in the meantime, I think you just need to prepare for the worst here. And once the stock market figures out, or the investors, the people in New York that run the financial system, who are largely part of the problem for us, they're going to say, oh my God, and you're going to watch the stock market tank, and you're going to watch the cost of a barrel of oil go up to 200 and potentially all the way to 3. And all of that is going to bring everything inside the United States to...
For more.
I've told you how many times time's running out. Boy, is it ever. Every day we wake up and Janet tells me something that she found out. And I have things that I know that I don't share. And it all boils down to the fact that people who are dragging their feet for prepping and water storage are absolute fools. I say it stronger. They're fucking fools. Who the hell is going to save your ass? Okay? I don't want you on my team. No. You drag your feet. This is an emergency crisis situation. Yes, the birds are still singing, the sun is coming out, the lights are on, the fans are rotating, we have water coming through our tap. Till we don't. I'm on the edge, and I'm doing everything I can to get my family ready, and to always have plan B and plan C. So, if you are waiting for the apocalypse, you're a fucking fool. The time to prep is not when something happens. The time to prep is before it happens. Well, what if it doesn't happen? Oh, God. You have the food and water to use. Don't let it just sit. You'd be a double fucking fool.
Stuff is getting real. It's been real, but it's real. We better prepare. And I'm not just talking about prepare with material things, goods and all that. I'm talking about we better prepare mentally for what is to come, because you're going to have to be extremely strong. You're going to have to be strategic. You're going to have to be calculated in the moves that you're about to have to make. Things are about to get crazy. All that extra spending, and I'm talking to me as a person that has bipolar disorder and has manic episodes and just likes to shop sometimes. I'm talking about me as well. We need to save every penny that is unnecessary. I know Easter coming up and you want to get your kid a little bunny rabbit, little peeps. Get them a few things. Don't get all that stuff you used to get last year. I have grown kids. Am I going to get them Easter baskets? Yes, but I'm going to definitely downsize a lot. Save your money. Buy an extra case of water when you go to the grocery store if you can. Buy some cans, some beans. And we got to go back to the old systems when we were little and your granny used to give you a basket of eggs to take up the road to Miss Sally's house, and Miss Sally give you a basket of biscuits to take back to Granny's house. We got to go back to that time. We got to go back to relying on community, taking care of each other, growing our own food. We should have been doing this. God set up the perfect roadmap, the perfect plan by which we should live. And we ignored it, and look at us now. Y'all pledging your allegiance to people and stuff. And no, We got to get back to the fundamentals. We ain't learned the lesson yet. And yes, we cannot control the powers that be now. Those of us that didn't vote for the powers that be to be. This ain't our mess, but it is our mess because we're in it. We can't control what they do at this point. It's out of our hands. But we can control the way we react, respond, and prepare. God, I can't talk tonight. We can change that. We can control that. Get prepared. Lean on community. Help each other out. Go ahead and get some systems in place so you're going to be all right because, baby, they ain't worried about us. We the little people. We po. We po.
Prepare your home. Prepare your house. White people are now telling each other that they need to prepare. What they literally planned for Black America is now turning against them. What they thought was literally going to punish Black Americans alone, is now what is eating them.
I have noticed a very strange behavior among the rich folk. I've been delivering since 2014, and I have never seen the rich folk prepping like they've been doing the last 2 months. They have buying, a lot of them have been buying dry foods, buying generators. A lot of them have been trying getting dry foods, rice, beans, all this stuff I've been delivering. And when I delivered, they're like, oh, put in a garage. One of this other guy, he has his whole entire garage built out. And when I asked him why is he doing it, he's just like, my gut feeling. So I don't know what they're being prepped for. Why are they buying so many of the emergencies? But they're buying a lot. They're prepping, and I deliver to people who are earning million plus. Some of these houses are $2-3 million, and they're prepping for something, not to leave or go anywhere, just to stay in. They're prepping. That's highly suspicious. What do you guys think? Leave in a comment.
Guys, here they did a poll, and roughly 40% of the Americans that were a part of this poll believe that we are in the end time. And you may be thinking, well, why would they possibly think that? Well, right now we have multiple nations against each other in war. We also have Venezuela, Japan, and California having a bunch of massive earthquakes. And we have famine in the Middle East. Mark 13, nation will go to war against nation, and kingdom against kingdom. There will be earthquakes in many parts of the world, as well as famines. But this is only the first of the birth pains, with more to come. So it sounds like something big is coming around the corner, because realistically, look around in the world today. This isn't sustainable, man. We're bulldozing this and that. We're yanking, putting up AI, facial recognition, all this stuff. It's coming to a head, 100%. Not to mention the conflict in the Middle East. But here's the crazy part. If you remember, Satan wanted to be like God. And what can God do? In theory, everywhere, he bees everywhere, he sees everything, he hears everything. If AI is fully implemented and connected to everything, appliances, your house, your car, your phone, your TV, everything. And it all has microphones and speakers, which can hear everything. And there's cameras everywhere, which can see everything. You could see how AI seems like a entity which would mimic what Satan wanted to be like, to be able to be everywhere, hear everything, see everything. Now, then if you get the brain implantable microchip that's coming around the corner, or it's going to be in your wrist or your forehead or your palm or your hand, then that's getting a little bit crazy. But let me know your thoughts in the comments below. There's a lot to this that I am surely unaware of. Comment your thoughts in the comments below and follow.
5 terrifying realities of a widespread prolonged power outage. When the power goes out, most people think about candles and flashlights. But if it stays off, everything changes. Share this with everyone because most of you aren't ready. Here's what it would really look like. No more cell service. Your phone might still power on, but it won't do you much good. Cell towers rely on electricity and backup generators that won't last long. No calls for help, no social media, and no news. No more showers, no flushing toilets, no fresh water from a tap. Why? Because water systems rely on electric pumps. Even if you have your own well, the pump is electric. Imagine days or weeks without clean water. Diseases will spread. Hygiene becomes a nightmare. Are you prepared to find and purify water yourself? Gasoline will become more valuable than gold. Without electricity, gas pumps won't work. And once the stored fuel is gone, it's gone. No cars, no generators, no escape. People will fight over the last drops. Are you ready to defend what you have? When the trucks stop running, stores don't get resupplied. No food, no medicine, nothing. And it won't matter anyways. Stores will be looted and abandoned within days after a disaster. What will you do when there's nothing left on the shelves? Without power, the world as we know it will fall apart. No banks, no hospitals, no police. People will get desperate. Neighbors will turn on each other. Those that didn't prepare will come for those who did. Will you be able to protect your family? This is the harsh reality. Are you ready for it?
They fucked around. We're all about to find out. So I'm going to tell you what you need to do to start getting yourself prepared for when shit hits the fan, because it's going to happen, and it's going to happen very quickly. First, you're going to start collecting shelf-stable foods, okay? So that you and your family will be able to stay in your home for an extended amount of time without having to go out. You're also going to start storing water. You're going to have a first aid kit, in addition to a trauma kit. You're going to take some firearm lessons and get yourself a firearm so you can adequately use it. And you're going to have an exit plan. If anything goes bad, if you're in the city and you need to get out, you're going to have a plan for how you're going to get out of the city, what route you're going to take. If for some reason the family can't contact each other, you have a meeting place that you're all going to just automatically go to, and you're going to have go bags ready. So the go bags are going to have what y'all need for 24 to 72 hours for everybody in your family to be able to survive in case you need to flee your home. I know these are scary things to think about, but I got you. Go to my page, you will see the free Amazon preppers list. I've already picked out all the things that you need. All you need to do is drop them into your shopping cart. If you don't want to use Amazon, you can still go look at this list and find these things at the vendor of your choice, okay? I also wrote the book, The Beginner Survival and Prepping Manual. I'm going to help you get into the mind frame of all the things that could possibly happen. It has the list of everything you need for your go bags, for your first aid supplies, and it's going to help you put your plan together.
The system is going to collapse. The way that we're doing things right now is not working. People are working full-time jobs. They can't pay their bills. They can't afford rent, their car insurance, their car payment, all of it. It's too much. The prices are going up. The jobs are disappearing. Something is going to happen, I can tell. With AI is advancing way too fast, and humans are not doing it the right way. The jobs are going to get taken over by AI. Then people aren't going to find work. Their bills don't go away. They're not going to be able to pay their bills. What happens if all of us collectively can't pay our bills? What are they going to do? Shut off the water and power for the entire city? Like, what's going to happen? I just wish people realized the power that we have. If we all work together, we could overtake the government. We could all collectively decide to not pay our bills. If everybody did that, what are they going to do? We all collectively decide to max out our credit cards and not pay it off. All of us. Like, I'm talking about hundreds of thousands and thousands of people. What are they going to do? All the companies are going to go bankrupt. What's going to happen? Money's literally made up. Why can't we just restart?
I don't know if everybody is paying attention, but times are getting really hard. I've had a lot of friends that had good jobs for years, being laid off. I've had people hit me up and asking to use me as recommendations and referrals and seeing if I could put them on things. And I'm just paying attention to the climate out here, and it's getting pretty rocky. I've also had numerous friends tell me how hard it is to get a job right now. It's a lot of interviews. People are going through the interview process and going to 2, 3, 4 rounds of interviewing and still not getting called back. I know people that's putting in 30, 40 applications a day, and they've been doing that for over 30 days. Still not getting anything substantial called back. So I'm like, I don't know if everybody's aware of how bad things are and how bad things are going to get. We're also like on the verge of going to war. There's countries in war right now. And I think because of so much distractions in the media and in like social media and entertainment and people keeping up with all this bullshit online, people are really numb to what's going on outside. But I say all that to say, a storm is coming, And some people have already felt it, but it's nothing like what it's going to feel like when it really hits. All y'all that's buying jewelry, getting new cars, just adding to y'all motherfucking expenses and y'all workload and y'all overhead. I really hope you've taken in consideration that what you're making now might not be what you'll be making in a few months to a year. So you might need to recalculate some of these things before you keep taking on new burdens.
To be truly prepared for what's coming, I want to share some things with you that are vitally important. I want you to save this video because it's going to be important for you to make sure you can go back to it, and then share this with your friends and family who you want to be prepared like you. So I hear a lot of people that will be commenting on my videos saying, I've got my bottled water, I've got my food supply for a month. But what is coming is a trend. It is a shift in how we're going to be living. It's a shift in our society, a shift on our rights. It's going to be a shift on the water supply we're going to have. It's going to be a shift in our monetary system. So I want to make sure you're not just prepared for an event, but you're prepared for changing your entire lifestyle. So here are some things we need to think about. Water supply, your food supply, your electricity, and then also having internet, having connectivity. And I'm going to go through each one of them, and there's levels for each because I know everybody is on a budget. And so we're going to start with water, because if you don't have water, you really can't live very long. So your water supply, great. Yes, have bottled water. That's important because when you first start out, you're going to want to have bottled water. You're going to also want to have some type of water source. So right now I'm at this lake. The lake is still water. It's not the best quality. So if you have a Life Straw, or if you have another water filtration system where you can just get water that is not potable or drinkable, you can make it drinkable. What you'd want to do if it's a Life Straw or any other type of filter, you want to go out. Right now I'd go about 10 feet out, drop that hose that takes it in about 10 inches down below all the debris that floats at the top. You're going to get cleaner water there. The cleaner the water is going into your filter, the longer the filter will last. When they tell you how many gallons it's going to filter, that's like clean water getting cleaner. It is not water from the lake right there, 1,000 gallons, because that's going to clog up your filter and you might get 100 gallons out of it. So you have your filter. Think about getting a bigger filter. There are some bigger filters out there, or having multiple. But you also want to think of a second step is being in a place where it's legal for you to have a water well. There's a couple of ways you can do a water well. There's one that's if your groundwater is relatively high, you can do a shallow well, and you can actually do that at home. You can, or by yourself, you can go to a home supply store, order these parts online, and you can drill it yourself. Some of them go 10 feet, 20 feet, you already hit water, which is great. You want to know how many gallons per hour or how many gallons per day you're going to get out of it. Or you can also, what we do here at the cabin is we have a company that came in, and this was probably 20 years ago, it was about $5,000. They put a well in, it's about 80 feet deep. And so they put that down there, and they got a pump at the bottom, and it pumps it out, but you do need electricity for that. So if you can secure your own water from the ground, that's even better than having to go to like a lake. Moving water is going to be a little bit better. So if we had a river or a stream by here, that would be better. All right. Also collecting rainwater. Some places and some municipalities you cannot. But if you're collecting rainwater and it rains, that is water that you can filter. Again, with that, you want to make sure it's not the stuff that's floating on the top, but down in there a little bit. If you're using one of those gravity bags that you can fill with water, let the sediment settle, and then you want it like overnight, and then you take water towards the top out of there and then filter that. Let's talk about food. Food's gonna be really important here. So I know people will have like a month's supply of dry food or canned food, maybe even have more, 6 months. Fantastic. I love the idea. That is a good stopgap. But you also want to be buying these seeds. So there's seed vaults you can get for like $20, $30. It's a great investment, but it's not going to work unless you actually start planting them now. You want to be in season 2 or 3 before you actually have to use it. If you don't get those seed vaults, then go to somewhere like Whole Foods, get some organic vegetables and pull the seeds out of that, dry them, and then you know how to sprout them and then start planting them. You don't want to have a bag of seed and, you know, the country's running low on food and you need to start planting. That's too late. All right, so you have your seeds, you're planting it. You want to have your vegetables, leafy greens, microgreens, and some fruit if you can. And then from there, it is going to be important for you to also have protein. So what are your protein sources? Well, the easiest one is chickens. You can go to Tractor Supply, and depending on the season, you can get them for about $2 to $3 a piece. You can get a chicken, and you just raise the chickens that way. A chicken will produce about 1 egg a day. So if you want a dozen eggs a day, that's going to be, you know, 12 chickens you're taking care of. And if you want less than that, you just do less or fewer. And then goats is another great one. You have goat milk and everything you can produce with that. Fish, raising fish in a pool. And then also having bees to pollinate your garden. So there's a lot of different things you can do here. You want to make sure you are growing your own food and making sure that you're taking care of yourself. I'm not one to kill the animals for the meat. That's why we contract with a local farmer who has beef, and you get like half a cow and put it in a freezer, and then that is plenty of beef for months. So you need to think about these things now. So you got your water supply. Oh, one other thing with water supply is some places don't allow you to collect rainwater, but you can have a swimming pool. You can have a big swimming pool. What if you could just store the water in such a way in your swimming pool, you don't actually even swim in it, you just use it as water storage? I haven't heard anybody talk about that yet. All right, so you have your water, you have your food supply, and then you have your electricity, solar and wind. I'm up in northern Wisconsin. There's always a breeze here that's going to produce a little bit of electricity. There's more wind in the winter here. You need to know where it is where you live and if solar is a good option for you, or if you're going to stick to wind or something else. But I go off of solar. We're in Florida, and that's what we're using because that makes the most sense there. When we're in the country we're going to be moving down to in South America, they always talk about wind. There's always wind there. So we're going to have wind power and with solar instead of solar with some wind. Here we don't have either. We're on the grid here, but we do have a well. So, and it's a little bit of a hybrid system here. We don't have it 100% yet. So you have your power, and then also you can do those like the battery packs, so you can have it mobile. Lastly, your connectivity. If you're going to still be doing your banking, you're still going to be doing all the things you need to do online. If you're going to be working online, if you're going to be trading stocks like I do, I trade options online. So I have a Starlink. Starlink is $200 for the Roam package, and then $50 a month for 100 gigabytes, which is great. So 100 gigabytes a month for $50 is not bad. That is for anywhere in the world. I could be driving 80 miles an hour, have broadband internet. Right now up here we have 240 megabit download, and I think it's 24 megabit upload, which is faster than I have at home, which is wild. And so you can do everything you need to on the internet there. Please leave your comments below. Yes, this is not everything, right? If you have more tips for people, put them down below here. If you have questions, put them down below. This is to help you be ready. One of the things we're doing is I have the Quiet Exit Plan, or a Quiet Exit Plan book that I wrote. It's 142 pages. It's about having a second option outside the United States. So we're moving to South America, and we're putting all this down there because I truly believe things in the next 3 years here in the United States are going to get really crazy with banking, with water, with AI, robotics. The job numbers are going to come out pretty soon about how there are fewer and fewer jobs. Think about 20+% unemployment. What is that going to do to our economy?
I was just watching a video of this guy saying that he delivers to the rich, and that he's noticed that they're all preparing. They're all like getting dry food and, storing it. Strange behavior, he thinks. So do the rich know if something's coming? I'm a little torn because I'm basically done with this world, Like, do I prepare for a little bit, or do I just let it be? Whatever will be, will be. I don't know. And then somebody sent, a Bible verse where it says that, the birds don't worry, and the flowers, right? They're clothed, and they don't worry about what they're gonna eat. And that's exactly what I thought. Are you getting to be a target if you save food? If people know that you have a lot of food. I don't know if it's smart or, does it go against your safety at the end? I don't know. But why are they saving so much food? Storing food. Oh, jeez. And I'm like, I already went through a war. I don't want to go through something else, We survived in with beans and rice and corn flour tortillas. Is all I remember when I was a child. Jeez, why can't we just have peace?
Let's get one thing straight. The system as we know it will crash overnight. It's only a matter of time. Anything built on lies and greed doesn't last. That's not opinion, that's fact. And when prophecy hits, it stands no chance at all. Religion, money, history, science, education, all of it. Programs designed to keep you blind and a slave to their system while they profit off you. Be ready. The crash isn't coming someday. It's building right now, worldwide. Wake up, stand firm, raise your frequency. The veil is tearing.
Billionaires are prepping luxury doomsday bunkers with moats that set on fire. Instead of helping humanity with some of this $196 billion, he's going to build a house with fire moats. The newest trend for the uber rich is building underground shelters complete with $50,000 trapdoors, parking spaces for submarines. Parking spaces for submarines? Here's a literal rendering of how it would work in case of an external attack. According to builders of these luxury bunkers, the buying frenzy began after Meta founder Mark Zuckerberg announced that he was constructing a $100 million bunker in Hawaii. It got really busy, and it seems like the phone hasn't stopped ringing. World War III seems to be coming. Ron Hubbard, CEO of Atlas Survival Shelters, told The Hollywood Reporter. Renderings show a state-of-the-art medical room, complete with an MRI machine and top-of-the-line equipment. Of course, a state-of-the-art escape tunnel is a must, and so are bulletproof trapdoors leading to secret passageways. With the pandemic top of mind, builders have also thought of decontamination rooms. If the bunker somehow fails in apocalypse, parking spaces for extraction devices like super yachts, helicopters, and submarines can also be thoughtfully implemented into the space. Why do they want to live so bad? Number 2, ask yourself, who's going to be attacking them? Really, answer that question. Who's going to be attacking them? Us. That's who they are fighting against. Us, the people that they've made their money off of. When we're all starving and dying, we're gonna attack, right? That's who they're fortifying these shelters from, is us. Do you guys not realize how biblical this is? How this is literally the book of Revelation. These people are the faces from the book of Revelation. We know how this book ends, don't we? We know this isn't gonna work for them.
Welcome back, guys, and I hope you guys literally enjoyed every single clip I was able to roll out for you guys. So right now, white people now realize that everything that was planned against Black American is now backfiring on them. They are now understanding that term called FAFO. They are now holding each other accountable and saying, get ready, it's going to get worse. Get ready, it's going to be hot. Get ready, the suffering is going to be long. Get ready, this is actually going to happen. To the point right now of them even advising themselves that, oh, you need to stock this medicine, you need to do this, you need to do that, because you don't know what is coming. See, one thing these people should know is Black people have seen all of this, and Black people are ready, like ready for every single thing that is going to come. Because if only white people listen to what Black people say, wouldn't have been in all of this mess right now. They are the one on the internet space crying mostly. They are the one shouting. They are the one asking themselves how they literally got here. And I'm so excited for them, because I keep saying it, that when you point one finger, the remaining finger will definitely face you and backfire you. They never wanted a black person. They wanted someone that looked like them. They sang, they were happy when it happened. But the good part is the orange man did not lie to them. He told them this is actually what I was going to do. And he now gave them an additional doings of going into WAR, war with Iran. So while he's busy looting money to Iran, white people are here panicking. They're saying prepare yourself for the worst. One thing I know for sure is Black Americans are strong people. Black people are strong people. They've gone through every single phase. So I don't think this is actually going to be like a big challenge to them. You can imagine once a country that every single person wants to be in, wants to go to, wants to fly to, is now a country that nobody want to talk about. Nobody want to talk about. Even some of the top leaders in different countries are even angry because they are also feeling the heat of what the orange man is doing. I keep saying it. I'm a Nigeria. I still live in Nigeria, but I still feel the impacts of what the orange man is doing. We are still being affected every single now and then. So, but they set a trap, thinking only black people will suffer, thinking only black people will go through all of the punishments, thinking only black people that all of this will swallow, but it literally crushed them as well. And that is what they planned for themselves because nobody literally planned for them. They did it for themselves. Anyways, just let me know what you think in the comment section. And I want to say a very big thank you to every single one of you liking, commenting, sharing, dropping super thanks, and also joining my membership. I do not take you guys for granted. You guys are absolutely the best. And to my returning subscribers, God bless you. I'm so grateful. And credits to the original creators of every single clips and stitches we have in at this episode. Let me know your take on all of this, and let me know every single thoughts. I would really love to get your own comment in the comment section because we always dialogue together here. Whew. Yes, guys, with that being said, no further ado, I'm going to be saying bye now. See you guys in my next one. Bye.